Hi everybody, Dan Schinder here on a very special Sprockets and Cogs episode here at NAMM 2014. I'm here with Philip Gelb, the president of Phoenix Drum Company out of Arizona. How you doing, Philip?
Doing great, having a lot of fun at the show here.
Good, how's the turnout?
Amazing, unbelievable. Bigger than we expected.
Bigger than you expected?
Bigger.
Great. Hey Philip, what differentiates your brand? Oh, I noticed you have soul tone cymbals, that's cool. What differentiates your brand from other brands? What are some of the proprietary properties that give Phoenix Drum Company the sound that I happen to love? These are some of the best drums I've ever heard in my life.
Thank you, I appreciate that. It means a lot coming from you, Dan.
Thanks.
Thank you. Basically, Phoenix Drum Company was designed and built for professional drummers and drummers who really want good, high quality drums that really appreciate having the best sounding, best built drums that they can get. We do have our line of specific drums that we manufacture, but we also do a custom line. We will build anything that anybody wants. Our proprietary features, actually I'll speak about the most famous one, is our Ghost Port. I spent about 3 years working on the Ghost Port, and as a drummer, I wanted to pick apart and try to find the things that were annoying to me as a drummer that I wanted to change and correct.
Like a little sister?
Yeah, like a little sister. You're funny. No, but basically, one of the biggest problems in drums is in recording and playing live is getting rid of unwanted overtones and ringing in the drums. So what I decided to do was to attack that problem, and I was able to discover how to solve the problem. And basically, if you have a beautiful instrument, why would you want to hide and mask? If you had played a Steinway piano, you wouldn't put a blanket over it, right? So basically, what our Ghost Port does is it gets rid of the overtones and the unwanted ringing in the drum. It takes out all the bad stuff, leaves in the good stuff. So what it means that you don't have to put any of this stuff on there. You don't have to use gels or tape or your wallet or anything. They just are meant to be played wide open as a natural acoustic instrument, the way they were designed to be played. So I started out putting them in, experimenting in my snare drums, and then I expanded and I started putting them in my wood drums, my toms, my bass drums, and my floor toms. And we got incredible response. They're very easy to play. They're very easy to mic. They perform well in live situations as well as the studio. And it gives it a really fat, rich sound. And the reaction we get from drummers, it's really fun to watch their faces as they play because they don't want to get up. They love it. And one of the things that we do also is in our bass drums, for example, as a drum company, drum manufacturer, as OEM equipment, we include the kick port. Jesse Bradman's a friend of mine. I love the product. I believe in it. So all our drums leave the factory with the kick port, but we also put our Ghost Port in as well. When they work in conjunction with one another, you get even deeper, richer, fatter sound. It's not necessary to put pillows or foam in your drums. Again, they're just played wide open. Some of the other features of our drums are they're made in America, they're hand built. Our facilities are the most state-of-the-art facilities available today. We have incredible artisans that can do any type of finishes that you want. We do anything from airbrushing to powder coating. We kind of have a sweet spot for automobile, motorcycle, aeronautic theme. So we use a lot of automobile finishes. This orange drum kit right here is actual real orange Lamborghini pearl paint. This white drum kit is Lexus white pearl. This is our newest model. This is a tribute to the new Stingray Corvette, the 2014. This bass drum was made for a colleague of ours who wanted us to match his BMW. So we will do anything. Our hardware that we use is, excuse me, is all custom for our products. We're all about ergonomics. We will design racks and set up our drummers. We will fit them on the drum kit. One of the things that we like to do too is we will powder coat our drum racks in any color you want except pink. We won't do pink.
What about for April Samuels?
Yes, I'll do pink. I'm just kidding. But we like doing that. I came from the cycling world. I used to race in triathlons, and I used to teach cycling. So everything to me is about ergonomics and fit.
Physical health.
Physical health, physicality. It's a very physical instrument. I want my drummers to have a long career. And I want them to be able to reach everything without having to strain themselves. And they'll play better, they'll play longer, and they'll actually sound better. And one of the unique things that we did was we combined our efforts and actually formed a partnership with Offset Drum Company, bass drum pedal company. What the Offset bass drum pedal allows you to do is it allows the drummer to sit in the middle of the kit. It's a bilateral.
You keep talking, I'll sit there so she can get it.
It's a bilateral, bisymmetrical bass drum system. So basically, you have a bass drum pedal that is on either side of the snare drum. So if you are a single bass drum player playing with a double pedal, you could be in the middle of the drum kit. And the advantage to that is everything is symmetrical to the drummer, and basically a typical drum setup, you're twisted, your spine is twisted. You're twisted to the right if you're a right-handed drummer, you're twisted to the left if you're a lefty. This allows you to sit perfectly straight, you don't twist your spine, and you actually could reach everything on the drums. When you sit behind the drum kit, each drum pedal is designed identically. You do not have a master and a remote. Each one is a remote, but they both feel like a master. So you could tune them exactly the same. With a traditional bass drum pedal, they'll never ever feel the same because they're not the same. We also took it one step further. Dan Schinder is a John Bonham purist, okay? He likes playing a single bass drum pedal, and he has a very fast foot. Okay? So what we did was we created a universal right offset and a universal left offset. The same pedal could be used for a righty or lefty. So if you want to play a single pedal,
well, they're closing us for the day, but we'll come back and we'll finish this segment, which for you will just be in about 5 seconds. Okay, so now we're back at Phoenix Drum Company. We beamed away for a while. I had to change my shirt. We're back, and we're talking about the pedals and how you not only have the double for ergonomics, but the single, and explain that.
we also decided to produce a universal right-left single for the single bass drum purist, like we said yesterday, what Dan likes to do. And what this single, universal single bass pedal drum does is it allows a right player or a left-handed player to take the same bass drum pedal as interchangeable and still have the benefit of being positioned in the center of the drum kit, so that it's ergonomically better for your back, it's better for your entire playing ergonomics, so that you can reach everything really well. Normally, the pedals are designed where your spine is twisted and you're twisted off your favorite one side. Here it puts the drummer in the middle of the drum kit where we belong.
Actually, I was thinking of playing this beautiful orange kit, but I want to try this single pedal out. Can I do that? Okay. What's cool about this is my body, like Philip was saying, is not twisted because the pedal is to the right of the drum, and I'm able to still have the bass drum in the center, which is really cool. But let's see how the pedal works. That's single action pedal. That's a good pedal. That's a good pedal. When you can move your foot like that, one foot on a pedal, it's definitely a good pedal. Whoa, where'd he go? Whoa.
Ready to rock the way?
Very cool, yeah. Thanks so much for joining us here on Drum Talk TV, showing off Phoenix Drum Company drums. Watch for more interviews here on Drum Talk TV.